Hello, hello, hello. Let's just take a moment to talk about how amazing water is. If you've ever gone a couple of days without access to good water, what a life changing experience that is. Water is killer good. It's so good. I am very thankful to have water in my life. I'm sure I'm going to say this like 20 times during stream today, but my car has been broken down for a few days. Right when I ran out of groceries. And so I didn't have access to groceries and stuff. So I was drinking like lemonade and sweet tea and milk and let's not get into it. I've been on survival mode for the past like 3 days and I'm back. I'm back, baby. Our tap water is indeed unhealthy. Hello, Chaos. Chaos, I haven't seen you in a while. That's not me trying to call you out, but I hope you're doing okay. And T's here. You can drink water from teacup, though. Dies. Oh, can't drink water from a teacup? You know what? Too bad. So anyway, sorry for the preamble. When I go back and I look at my VODs from months ago, I gotta know that today was the day that my life got saved. When I start the VOD and I look back and I go, what was I doing a couple of months ago? Today has to be the day that I know I had water. Thank you for the hydrate. We're going to want a lot of those today. So anyway, what are we here to do today? I forgot to load my scene because I was too crazy. Junie, hello. Let's go ahead and open up our battering ram. And yesterday, we went ahead and started up, and by yesterday, I mean Wednesday, of course. We started up this little battering ram with this lovely little mud texture. Look at this beautiful little mud texture that we got. So, yeah, we did this. We did some little crushed armor a la Mr. Six. And we have the beginnings of a battering ram that we need to think about a little bit. But, yeah. So today is the day to cap this guy off, to finish him. I see my camera stuttering a little bit. I'm going to be careful of that. So I'm going to stop rambling. We'll start the music back up, and we'll get into it. How is everybody in chat doing? Oh, I was just asking you. I'm good. I feel real weird. I feel like really strange. My body is like not happy with me. I've been walking. I've been like smelling gas. I haven't been eating super well. So I'm getting back to it. We're getting back to normal is what it is. Yeah, you too. Chaos, we're both getting back to normal. We got this. Okay, so smelling gas. Yeah, I've been working on my car for the past little bit. My car was busted. The gasoline was turning into gas, which is a terrible name, by the way. The gas is supposed to be a liquid, and it was turning into gas. And so my car was just chugging gas, and it was fuming, and it's terrible. I had to take it to a mechanic. I paid a lot of money. I have no money anymore, and we're moving on from there. But yeah, I have a working car now. It used to be when I would put my key in the ignition and turn it, it would go, and it would start. And now it just goes like right away. Like it just starts. And I always just kind of took that for granted. I just sort of thought like, hey, it just takes a while to start my car. Turns out, no. Yeah, the good old rum. What's a car's favorite alcohol? Rum. Okay, I'm silly today. I'm going to be a weird guy today. Just telling you, I've been drinking water for an hour. Like, I'm like already high out of my mind. So here we go. Oh, you're drinking rum. Chaos, how you feel about alcohol? What's the takeaway on alcohol for you? Also, I'm gonna go ahead and begin doing this little like thatch roof. I'm a little bit worried about how the thatch is gonna go. Let's just give it a shot. Let's give it a shot and see what happens, right? I can make a normal map out of this, right? Come into here. Let's try this. Okay, so what's your alcohol of choice, and how often do you like to drink? Is I guess what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and I think the way I want to do this, I normally don't start off with material editing right at the beginning here, but you know what? Today's gonna be a weird day, and that's okay. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling, like I said, high out of my mind. I feel like I just took a new medicine that I've never had before. That's exactly what my body feels like. Okay, so let's give it a brick texture. I used to drink too much as a teenager, early 20s, and I don't drink too much nowadays. That's pretty much exactly how it went for me. Like, almost to a T, that's how it went. You had bad news today, so yes. Oh. Well, I'm sorry. You okay? Are you doing okay? Do you need anything? I know there's a weird boundary between strangers on the internet, but, you know, if you ever need anything, you know you can ask me. A lot of people in chat are super nice too, so, you know, I don't know how you feel about anybody, but just something to put out there. Okay, let's go ahead and make this not that wide, that wide. Okay, we're going to say 1.2. No, it's got to be 1.25. I was resisting it, but we're going to do it. Actually looks pretty good. I could minorly ramble vent, but I know some streams aren't the place. Go for it. I don't mind. Worst case scenario. Okay, let me put some ground rules down. I'm gonna put some ground rules down, okay? Just to put this out here so everyone is on the same page. If it gets like uncomfortable or like inappropriate or something, I'll just tell you to stop. Right? And if that's okay, or if that's something you don't want, then like don't do it, you know? But I don't mind being the guy to tell people like, hey, chill. That's a job I've been good at since the day I was born. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw down some texture coordinates. Yeah, I've never had a problem telling people what I was comfortable with, that's for sure. But yeah, you are totally welcome to rant. Not a problem. Okay, so we got to redo our height, and we got to redo our width, I think. That looks decent, but I'm going to go back to where we were. We're going to say 2.5 is good. We're going to say width is higher, because I want this little cap section to be good. Oh, that top split is really nice. Let's just go for the full 1. Why not? Let's go full on 1. Maybe 1 more? That'll do. 1.1. That's it. That is a great look for him. Now we got to make it work. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how this is going to work at all. Squash, we don't want any squash. Offset, we don't want any offset. What I want to do is move it like 1 over, because it's this, that's awkward. The seams should be right on the edge here. Maybe they shouldn't. Let me think how a thatch roof works. Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that then. The hard part is going to get the flick up here. That I'm going to have a little bit of trouble thinking about, but we're going to get there. I trust my ability. Bias. An auntie visited from Spain, went to a cafe with my family, close members, and a day after her COVID official test came back positive. Oh, yeah, so there's some COVID scares going on out there. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you can't tell people how to live their lives, but it's also like, can you not like go out in public and just be like, oh, it doesn't exist, it's not a problem? It's like, can you not do that? Like, You never know what needs to be said until after it's done. So I wouldn't hold yourself to that standard. Like at the end of the day, you have to let people make their own decisions. And if the decisions are stupid, then like, whoops, that's not what I wanted. If people make bad decisions, and I'm not saying it's necessarily a stupid decision, but like if people make bad decisions or decisions that you disagree with or whatever, the more you tell them I told you so, the more they're going to blame you instead of themselves. And if somebody doesn't blame themselves, they're not going to learn anything. Not that people should be blaming themselves and that guilt is not a real thing or anything like that. But like, people got to learn, people got to figure it out on their own. People can't be told what to do. Otherwise, they're going to like be begrudging about it. So to some degree, you did what you could, honestly. Just a difficult situation. I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, did I mess this up? I think I did. Ooh, that's not bad. Let's go one more. I'm going to actually just go for it. I didn't want to go this crazy, but let's just go crazy. Why not? And I'm going to go back to 0. This could work. Oh, it's so close. Okay, 0.25 is literally perfect. 0.25 it is. We found it. We got him. We're there. I am paranoid, though, to the extreme, so I don't tend to force my opinions on people. Family actually agreed with me, but struggled to set boundaries, which seems to be a common problem these days. Yeah, I wouldn't... I mean, as much as I can tell you to not... as much as I can tell you not to blame yourself... That was weird. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. You tried to help. People were going to do their own thing. You know, they're individuals. Maybe they're going to do their own thing anyway. Maybe you threw a fit and you were like, hey, absolutely do not do this. You're not allowed, whatever, whatever. And they're like, oh, well, I'm going to anyway, right? And then it would just be worse on you. I think you've done good. I think you did a fine thing. I'm not trying to say that to like de-escalate or anything, but like genuinely, I think you did the right thing. You gave your opinion, and that's that. Also, I'm looking at this mapping, and I'm thinking the mapping is bad. How we're going to actually get this to work is going to be a little complicated. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you did more, it might be like throwing a fit, right? But the way you did it is totally fine. All right. I know, like, a person just saying something isn't going to make a difference, but I genuinely don't think you should blame yourself. I think you did the right thing. What is going on? Why is only one side of this showing up? Yeah, I get that. Oh, this is frustrating. Is this mirrored? Why does it look like this? Why is it doing this? Why has this side got nothing? Let's recalculate our normals. It's looking complex but good. I think I might have given myself more than I bargained for on this guy. I think I've been hearing a lot about COVID scares lately with people. And I think it's really important to know, like, people are responsible for themselves. As much as that sucks and you kind of want to, like, help people, there's a little bit of, like, you know, someone's got to touch the hot stove eventually. Like, someone's going to touch the stove and go, oh my gosh, it's so hot. And you're going to be like, yeah, it's a hot stove, bud. Like, there's just been a lot of that lately. Why is one side just doing nothing? Am I not understanding this? One side is just doing nothing. Why? What is happening? So you put this up, right? And that side's perfect. Let's just remove the vector altogether. What? What? What is happening? Why is it doing this? Is it the gradient? It is the gradient. Whoa. What? Oh, that kind of blows my mind. Why is the gradient removing color? It is the gradient. That's so weird. Okay, let's go back, all the way back, back. Take me all the way back. Okay, we got it. We're here. So the gradient messes this up somehow. How? That doesn't make any sense to me. Such loud thunder outside? Oh, please don't let it come here. I can't handle that. Isn't this just weird? If I apply scale, isn't it messed up? It is messed up. If I apply the solidify and then I apply scale, everything looks the same. Yeah, there's been a lot of similar cases of families just kind of doing this. I think there might be a common trend. Okay, you know, this might be an overly political thing to say, but I'm just going to say it. We're all just going to process it and think about it. And nobody needs to trust my political opinions or anything like that. But there's definitely been a weird trend of the older generation, like, almost intentionally or not realizing that they're freaking out younger people who genuinely care about them. Like, there's been a lot of safety issues with older people and younger people being like, please stop hurting yourself. And it's been like received as if it's a political thing or it's like a manipulative, like, they're just trying to take over Washington, or, you know, obviously this is more of a worldly issue than an American issue. But there's a lot of weird distance between the two generations. And there's more than two generations, but I said two because it feels like two right now. And I don't know why that is. I wonder if it's just like a natural thing that develops over time. Maybe I'm just old enough to see it and it existed always. But it does feel like there's a lot of generational stuff where it's like, I don't hate you. I'm just trying to keep you from walking outside without shoes and getting ringworm. I'm not sure where that comes from either. Okay, so at least I know this is good. Now I gotta make thatch. I'm not loving this. I immediately want to take like a little break and fix something. You know what? I am gonna fix something. We're gonna fix a little something real quick here. Let's grab this Damascus. And I'm gonna grab these wheels. Check this out. We're gonna come into here. Actually, I can do it on here. Why not? We're gonna come into here. We're gonna grab these guys. It's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. There we go. That'll do just fine, and that is all of them. That one and that one. We're gonna take that, we're gonna make a new slot. We're gonna call this slot Damascus. Where is it? There you are. And we're gonna hit assign, and then I'm gonna come over here, and we're gonna do the exact same thing to you. Perfect. We're gonna get some real articulation going on here. We're gonna make this feel like a real piece of something. The goal is to make this look real. Obviously, that's the goal every time we 3D model, but it really is the goal today. So if I'm looking at this nice and calm now, we should have little metal rings. We do. They're Damascus. They're not going to be Damascus forever, but that's just where we're starting. So everything has that pattern now. That looks good. I actually think the dynamics of the wheel look pretty good, although I might want to double them. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so now what is next? If I'm looking at a reference here, that's a piece of wood. It's not this crazy looking thing. It's just a piece of wood. Tell you what, we're going to redo the wood pattern real quick. I don't know why I'm doing so many node stuff all of a sudden, but I'm just feeling kind of nodey right now. In fact, I think I might just altogether remove this wave function. And that should be all right, I think. I think that should do just fine. Yeah, that doesn't look half bad at all. A nice, calm-looking guy. Let's apply some scale. We're going to apply some scale. And I think we're going to be looking all right. Apply scale to these guys. Is that all of them? No. These guys still need it. Let's apply some scale. That's not what I wanted. Apply scale. Okay, so now we come into here and we just need to make this metal look a little bit better. So let's double that. Let's quadruple that. There we go. That kind of works. So aside from family scares and stuff like that, how is everybody doing? Is everybody okay? We all taking care of ourselves? We all drinking water? Detail could probably afford to be a bit higher, and the roughness could be a bit higher as well. And I'm going to lower the contrast between these two just a little bit. I don't think we want that light of a iron on here. There we go. Drinking tequila, beer, and have the hiccups. Wait, so you have tequila. So you got tequila. Oh, we got some goose with Saf. We got tequila, we got rum, we got beer. We're feeling it tonight. All right, let's go ahead and pull it from here. So, there's something that I'm like procrastinating, like drastically. There's something I am drastically procrastinating. And I think it's probably about time that we start thinking about it. So first, let's fix the back of this guy. This is meant to be a piece of wood, and it doesn't look like a piece of wood. So let's make this into a piece of wood. I love all these emotes. There we go. That looks a little bit more like a log to me. Actually looks really nice. If I come into edit mode and I just grab this and we're going to put a little bit of a bevel on there, just a tiny little bevel. That looks pretty solid to me. We're going to do one more. Glad everyone's having fun today. You all are pretty cool. I couldn't ask for better peeps to hang out with while I lose my mind every single day. I'm okay. I'm getting a little nervous about going for dinner with my coworkers. Okay, so this is not a requirement. This might be asking too much. This might be weird. So please feel free to tell me to stop at any point. But you want to tell us the general personalities of your coworkers? Because there's always a way to befriend somebody. You're so tired? Yeah. I don't know if this is proprietary information, but T decided to not sleep the other day at all. And now it's catching up with him. So Here we are. There we go. That's going to be that. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just throw on a subsurface. I don't know if this is a great idea, but I'm going to do it. Just one. Just one to make sure that he's good. And then we're going to pop a little hood on there. Oh, and I have to do chains. We have to do chains. Let's not forget chains. I'm going to do chains right now, actually. Okay, we're making chains. Chains, 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 chains. Sleep is a scam, honestly. Chains. We're making chains. So, first thing I need to do is do that little torusy part that goes into the wood. Does anyone have any tricks for getting rid of hiccups? Being scared, drinking a whole like mouthful of water and then just holding it in your mouth. And if you hiccup, your body like stop, don't hiccup. Although maybe have somebody with you so you don't accidentally drown to death. Scare me? How am I gonna scare anybody? How would I even... Okay, now this is a legitimate idea. How am I actually going to scare somebody on stream? I don't think I have the ability to scare anybody. I don't think I have it in me to scare anybody. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, take a big breath and hold it so there's, like, pressure. Alright, there's a couple ideas. This seems like a bad idea, but I'm going to do a Taurus. A 40 Taurus seems fine. A 40 by 12 is such a weird dimension to have for a Taurus. Also, that is way too skinny. I shouldn't have let it be that skinny, but I can fatten it up. Okay, there we go. I shouldn't have let the Taurus be so skinny, but too bad. The more you know, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and cut you and cut you. Completely delete. Now we're going to do this, and I'm going to see if I can effectively grid fill this. A donut. What's up, Pyro? Pyro, you've become quite the character in chat very quickly. You and Silken Coat both just sort of showed up and everybody was like, you're the new Steez. Got a real popular attitude towards you. Okay, there we go. I can remove some of these guys later, but we're going to use that just as a way of determining... Oh, that looks good. I am the streamer now. That's not the first time I've heard that one. That's for sure. I actually get I am the streamer now quite a bit. Somalia/gift. I can't believe that's actually a link. How is that a link? You have 13 points. Pyro is chaotic evil. We have not started the raffle yet. Just gonna put that out there. I will start the raffle around... Sorry, I hiccuped halfway through that. You gave me your hiccups, Chaos. I'm gonna start it around 3. You're lawful evil. That ain't true. That's a 0%. Saf's been a hardcore watcher for a long time. Saf's one of my top dogs. Yeah, Chaos. So we do a raffle now to determine who gets to do the speed sketch. We don't do the voting anymore. It works pretty well. It's pretty fun. There we go. We're going to do that, and then I'm going to rotate it a full 90 degrees. Maybe a 90 degree is too much. Chaos is spreading hiccups. T, you're a hardcore watcher, but you talk in chat a lot. That's why I didn't include you as hardcore watcher. Saf is like our resident lurker. You'd love to do D&D with us perhaps one day? That feels very random. Where did that come from? All right, we're going to say that looks bad. Oh my god, I would love to play a campaign where Pyro is the DM. I would love that. That would be amazing. That would be such a feast for the ages. That's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I am a crazy DM. I am a really good DM. It's my like writer instinct. Yeah, I want Pyro to DM pretty bad. That would be very funny. Yeah, I'm pretty solid at DMing. My writing abilities are on display when I do D&D. That doesn't look good. I don't like this. You know what? I'm going to poly edit this guy for real. Screw that. We're going to make a new one. I really didn't like the way that looked, and I can make a better one. I know I can. So we're going to go for a much better look here. I'm writing campaigns now where the players are evil and trying to take over the land. Okay, can I show you guys, not prove, there's nothing to prove. Can I tell you my favorite campaign? It's definitely not my favorite campaign, but one of the best campaigns I've ever written. I have a campaign that is out of this world. It is so weird. I love it so much. You never played D&D, but you really want to? We got a lot of D&D peeps here. So you're in the right company if you want to play D&D. Okay, so one of my campaigns, it's a Christmas campaign. And the way it goes is I pre-assign everybody a character. So you don't get to make your own character. Sorry. You just don't get to make your own character. I'll definitely include you if you need a spare. No problem. The way it works is I give everybody a character, and everybody is a goblin. Every single person is a goblin. And everybody is a goblin bard, except for one player is a goblin assassin. The way that it works is there's an orphanage in this little old medieval town, and your goal is to cast illusions and to charm everybody and use charisma rolls and like all this crazy stuff to get into the orphanage, and you have to like keep the kids busy while the assassin goes around and kills all of the adults. And then once you're able to, whenever you feel comfortable enough, you take all the kids and you march them out of town to be sacrificed. It is insanity. It is the craziest campaign ever. It's a wild campaign. I love it so much. It's like my pride and joy. I have much better campaigns than that. That is definitely not my best campaign, but there's just something magic about it. It's very fun. Sap's hitting us with the awkward dragon rocking away. Yeah, I love that campaign a lot. We got Blood for the Blood God. Basically, what the campaign is just Blood for the Blood God. You want a chaotic neutral to the death? You strike me as a chaotic neutral kind of person. So yeah, if that gives you any indication of how I like to write stories, that's one of my classic ones. Most of my stuff is a lot more serious than that. Like, I just wrote a campaign about... do I want to spoil it? I guess I'll say it kind of. I wrote a campaign where all the players get kidnapped by this eccentric, like, wizard sort of character. And the goal of the campaign is to play in this, like, Hunger Games kind of situation while you're also trying to figure out where the wizard is hiding, like Wizard of Oz, so that you can get out. That's, like, a way more serious one that I like. You like serious stuff, to be honest? Yeah, I'm usually a serious person. But the Goblin one, I was just feeling really inspired one day. And I'm like, we're doing this. Okay, so this is going to sound a little nerdy. This is actually going to sound kind of terrible. This is going to make me feel like a real weirdo for just a moment. I wrote the Goblin one with this, like, weird fantasy in my mind. This is going to say a lot. This is going to make me feel like such a weirdo. I had this weird fantasy that I would get on the Yogscast Jingle Jam one year, which, if you don't know about the Yogscast, lovely folks. I wanted to get on the Yogscast Jingle Jam one year, and I was going to, like, host that campaign on the Jingle Jam. Was my weird fantasy that I lived in. So that's what, like, inspired me to write that. So shout out to the Yogscast that is definitely not watching this. I have a weird fantasy where I'm going to play a D&D campaign with you guys during Christmas. I would be a Goblin Tinker, but every device would set things on fire. Oh, yeah, so you're making toys, by the way. Like, you bring in, like, swords, right? You'll bring in, like, a sword, and you have to convince everybody that it's a wooden sword. And then kids pick up the swords, and they're attacking each other and lobbing their limbs off. And you have to be like, oh, they're playing pretend. Like, you have to convince everybody that what you're doing is not evil. It's a great campaign. I'm very proud of it. Okay, so we got ourselves a nail. I'm going to sculpt this guy now. Because I don't know why I want this to be perfect, but I'm going to try and make it perfect. I try to run a kind of serious campaign, but my players are super chaotic. Yeah, players are always chaotic. It's important to keep in mind that players are always chaotic. Any attempt to, like, keep players from acting the way that players do, I think, is against the spirit of the game. But it is important to keep them, you know, focused sometimes. Chaotic group yells for TPK. Yeah. Pyro, I already know what playing D&D with you would be like. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the rule of thumb is anytime you play, like, you're going to make the most obvious solution in the world, and they're not going to take it. They're going to try whatever crazy thing they can come up with. Okay, so this is going to be my little nail right here. It looks so much like a wizard's staff, and I don't love that. I, like, can't get it to work. I can't get it to chill. I will just say, if you need additional char/bad person, I'll happily join in. I've never been a part of D&D, though. What does char/bad person mean? What is that? I once tried to punish a group for murder hobo an entire town by getting them into Dragon's Nest and sent a dragon. They got such good rolls, they killed it. I love that. I accidentally TPK'd them when they were at level 2 and got them to make a deal with a powerful demon to come back to life. I love that. Wow. I like how you're all dealing with just the worst situations ever. I had a group of peeps where I marched them down a beach line, and there was an elder god coming out of the beach. There was, like, an elder god, like, slowly emerging, and they were realizing more and more as it was going. And what happened is they didn't take it very seriously, and the elder god, like, cast essentially, like, mind control spells on them, and they refused to fight it. The Elder God was like, saying incantations, and like dark symbols were appearing in the sky, and it was just like crazy. And they like refused to do anything about it. So after a session of that, I was like, you know what? I let them kill a lesser god, like a little tiny creature or whatever. They killed that. And then I just like enslaved all of them and turned them into bad guys. I was like, all right, you now work for the Elder God. Like, you didn't want to kill him, so apparently you love him, so here he is. You don't remember the question? Okay, I get the feeling that Chaos might be just a little bit blitz today. And honestly, you deserve it. Now they own a big favor to this guy. They tried not to go to Avarice, which is the whole point of the campaign, and the devil is basically like, if you don't go to Avarice, your soul is mine forever. Yeah, that's players for you. It's always something. It's always something with people. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to make this, like... Oh, it's so bad looking, though. You know what? I don't hate it. I was going to say I don't like it, but I think I hate it. I am 70% blitzed. Don't underestimate me. You have British blood, right? You're British? British people can put alcohol away like nobody else on the face of the earth. Europeans in general are really good at drinking. Like, if it weren't for my German, like, roots, I don't know how I'd be alive right now. There was a period around the age of 23 to 25 where I just drank way too much. Okay, that's my nut. I'm not going to think about it much more than that. That's it. That's what we're doing. The British are crazy in terms of alcohol? For sure they are. I have experienced that. I don't know why I keep working on it. I'm obsessed. I'm going to be doing this until the stream ends today. I don't know why. No, I'm not. I want to make the woodpecker. The woodpecker is the big thing for the day. That's the whole point of the stream, is to do the woodpecker. So let's get on to that woodpecker in just a second here. There we go. Okay, so there he is. Kind of looks like a bean pod. I can't get over it. Because it's actually great? What do you mean by that? This little guy? You're doing good? I don't love the way this thing looks. I like the way everything else looks. It looks a little exotic, which I'm not against, but it is very exotic. But that guy could use a little bit of love. But I'm just done thinking about it. Let's remove the A-frame. Let's remove the tent. Actually, we need the A-frame because I'm working on the A-frame. There we go. And I'm going to start the raffle here just as soon as I put these guys up. So let me slot these guys into the wall. We're going to make some chains, and we're going to go ahead and get that raffle started. So anybody who wants to join the raffle, make sure you check how many points you have. And every ticket costs 10 points. And if you are a subscriber, you get a free 3 raffles. On your first purchase, I should say. I should make that very clear, that it's on your first purchase, you get a free 3. I've been thinking about upping that amount, but I don't know. I don't even know if it matters. I guess it does matter. I should up that amount. This is the world's longest song. Okay, there is that, and let's go ahead and grab you and put you in. Yeah, so if you're a subscriber to the channel, the moment you buy a raffle ticket, you are going to get 3 of them for free. So just on your first purchase. But yeah, and then at the end, what happens is we're going to roll for the raffle. Okay. We got that sorted. I got to just get the length correct. You know what it is? It's too high poly. Yeah, I got you. I'll teach you in just a moment, as soon as we start it. Does want a sugar daddy good old pyro? That was a sentence and a half. Can we get a second attempt on that one? Does anyone want a sugar daddy good old pyro? No, you're not. Don't say that. Chaos, you're not dumb at all. You're lovely. We love you around here. Chaos, I got nothing but love for you. You're a wonderful person. I don't really believe in the idea that people are dumb to begin with, but you are certainly not even close to that. CQDK, hello. Perfect time for the raffle. Why? Why are you not dumb? Because you're lovely and you're talented and you think about things and you can process stuff really well. That actually doesn't look that bad. Now that I'm sitting here and looking at it, that doesn't look that bad. Cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and start that raffle up. Yeah, you're very lovely. All right, let's see here. What are we up to? We're going to go to giveaways. I think I ruined it. I did ruin it. Why do I keep doing this? Okay, I fixed it. And bada boom. There it is. Cool. It's actually super rare that anyone says that. No. Everybody loves you, Chaos. Okay, so if you would like to join the raffle, you type in hashtag or exclamation point raffle with the number of tickets you want to buy. If you need any help, type in exclamation point help, and there's a nice convenient help menu for everybody. And from that, I am going to continue on. So let's make some chains. Now, we're going to make a lovely, simple little chain. We're not even going to think too hard about it. I think you typed it in all caps, but it was a close attempt. All right, let's do that. Let's get our minor radius up like that. Although that's too big. That is the world's loudest garbage truck I've ever heard in my life. There we go. Let's pop that on up. We'll go ahead and jump into edit mode and we'll pop this guy on. Oh no, I gave it an odd number. I did not think that one through. Nope, back. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a torus of 2512 1.3 24. Done. Done deal. Now we come into here. We go to edit. We pop out the front. And we should have an even nice thing to work with here. There's a problem here. There's a little problem here in that I didn't account for this middle section. I'm not even sure how I would have done the math to fix that. I'm sure it's a simple math problem, but I didn't know how to do it. So I didn't do it. But we can do it just like this, and I can pop these guys up and make a chain. That'll do. And now I am going to apply that. Do you have anything that happened recently that you would like to talk about? My car was definitely the biggest thing that happened to me recently, and what a pain in the butt that was. But it's done. It was a fortune. So I don't know how people feel about money, because money's different for everybody at all times. But my car cost me $800 to fix. It's a junker. It's not, or 900, sorry. It was $900 to fix. It's not a very nice car, so fixing it didn't feel very good, but it was necessary. And so I paid $900 to fix my car, and it is what it is at this point. I messed up. I done goofed it. What's a junkier in your eyes? It is a 20-year-old truck that was fuming. It rattles around when you drive it. It does not have air conditioning. It does kind of have air conditioning, but it doesn't work. It's a pretty bad car. I just spent 2.4K on flat deposit and 1 month rent. I know the feeling. Yeah, when I moved into this house, I had to pay a bunch up front to like settle the expenses and stuff. It's not super fun to pay that much right away. But yeah, she's a junker. She's just like a dirty old truck. How old were you? I don't understand the question. Unless that's for Pyro. Okay, there we go. That's going to be how I do those subdivisions. When the car stuff happened? Well, I just repaired it yesterday. So I just paid the $900 yesterday. And yesterday I had to walk up and down town because I couldn't drive my car. And didn't really have a ride to and from the mechanic. So I was just kind of walking up and down town, waiting for it to get repaired and everything like that. I didn't want to take an Uber. I didn't want to like pay more money for no reason. So I just took a nice little walk. A nice chain link. Thank you. It is pretty good looking, isn't it? Cool. So what we're going to do... I'm not sure where I'm putting things. Oh, I'm putting it under crushed armor. Definitely don't do that. Definitely don't do that. We're going to take the plane, put the plane up here. What is this plane? That is the armor. That works. Cube is those guys. Put that up here. Cube is that. That's okay. Taurus is this. Put that up here. Get rid of the crushed armor. Back to the battering ram. Click this. Okay, we're back. Simo, what's up? Don't the links get welded or smith bulge on one side? That's a good question. That would save me a lot of geometry if that's true. Chains. Let's look up what chains look like real quick. Well, good chains don't even look like that. But let's look up like industrial chains. You just spelt water over my drawings? Oh no. That's rough. The link is just the bar bent and joined. Yeah, you're right. That saves me a good little bit of geometry. Thank you for that, Pyro. Yeah, that'll be a nice little join. Okay, cool. Let's do that. That'll be an easy fix. Have you tried contact lenses? Thoughts? Oh, okay. This day has come. I have regretted this day for a long time. I have to make a confession, everybody. I have to make a deep confession, everybody. These glasses, they're not prescription lenses. I'm not a poser. I don't wear them to look cool. I wear them for eye strain. So they're just blue light glasses, but they don't actually, they don't like correct my eyes or anything like that. So I'm a little bit of a poser. Sorry to do that to everybody. I know I've really sold myself out on this day, but I think it was time everybody knew the truth. There we go. That's going to be my chain. Hey, Pyro, thanks for the input. Very appreciated. A little bit of realism goes a long way in stuff like this. Okay, so we're going to pop this guy on up. Just like that. You are not blind. I am not blind. I have slightly higher stats than everybody thought. Best SNG? What does that mean? Okay, there we go. That's going to be my little chain right there. Can't hate that. We're going to grab these two and we're going to join them together. Oh, best song? For sure. At least you aren't wearing only frames like some people. Yeah, what is that about? I'll be the first one to tell you, I hate to say this, because this makes me feel like such a jerk. The moment stream ends, the moment stream is over, they're off. Because I can't, if I'm doing anything that requires speed, I can't handle wearing these things. Like, I can't play games and wear them. But if I'm 3D modeling, I wear them, because when I'm 3D modeling, I squint a lot. And there was a time, like a year ago, I went out on a hike or something, and I was walking around in the forest, and I was like, I can't see anything. And I realized I had, like, cloudiness in my eyes. And I was like, you know what? It's time we take that seriously. It's time we actually, like, think about that for a moment. So I stopped, you know, I stopped and took it seriously for just a moment. Very important to take yourself seriously every now and again. Okay, I have a weird idea. Here's my weird idea. We're going to do 0.82. No, we're going to do 0.81. That'll work. And now we take this little chain link right here and we go pop, pop, pop. And we got ourselves a chain. Got ourselves a nice little chain here. So now we're going to take it, make it small. And now the real question is, can I turn it? I can. Oh, it's perfect too. It actually looks really nice. Sometimes I get glasses seriousness. What does that mean? Don't forget to use the raffle and skulls for the skull throne. Okay, you want skulls for the skull throne? These chains are looking hood. They're looking pretty hood right now. All right, let's go ahead and add a command. I love how chaotic everybody is today. You all are out of your minds. All right, let's go ahead and put a little global cooldown on that one. And we're looking pretty good. There you go. I would give those chains... Wow, Pyro. Pyro, I think you've hit the magic on, like, embarrassing me. I'm not easily embarrassed, but you're pretty good at it. You got a real rhythm to your comedy. You should do comedy. I feel home. Good. What? Oh, that's the front. Oh, okay. Sorry. I completely misunderstood what was going on. Yes. You do this. What does BD out of SM mean? Oh, chaos. Chaos, you are too pure for this world. Chaos, that was the purest thing you've ever said. I think you probably do know. You just gotta put the pieces together a little bit. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Because of chains. It's time for fish and chips. All right. Pyro's a man of culture out here. Okay, let's go ahead and loop that chain on up to here. Should you have a loop like this that's open? Probably not, the more I think about it. But we'll just go for it. That's okay. Nothing wrong with not understanding what is otherwise a pretty crude remark. That'll do. That will do right there, and we got it perfect. Oh, that's it. Make sure this side looks good. Oh, we've done it. Oh, folks, we've done it. It looks great. Look how good that looks. Now, I know everybody in the world is going to say that there has to be slack because it can't bend if there's not slack. I don't care. I'm already at wit's end with this thing. So I'm not doing that. How are my cats? They're good. She wants my attention really bad. So let's see if I can get her. Nope. She's off being a sea slug somewhere. She's doing sea slug stuff. That's what she's good at. All right. So, we got ourselves a chain. I want to keep the array. How am I going to keep the array, but also give it this? I guess I'll just do it from scratch. There's no use in not just doing it from scratch. So we'll say like -10. Oh, 109. Yeah, that's what I wanted. -10. She has been a sea slug forever. Oh yeah. She's the sea slug of the cat world. That's not gonna work. Relative offset, constant offset. What is constant off? What species? I don't know if I know what we're talking about anymore. I am so relaxed. I had such a good sauna just now. Oh, I'm jealous of that. You know what? I am going to actually solidify this. I didn't want to, but too bad. We're doing it. Oh, and we have to apply rotation and scale. And I think we're done. My cat is a calico. She's a big old calico. She's like maybe a Norwegian forest cat / calico. She's also not technically mine. So me calling her my cat is just me saying like she likes sleeping on me a whole bunch. As far as sea slugs, I don't know the species of sea slugs too well. So it's my ex's cat, and my ex has had them for 8 years? I don't know. I'm gonna say 8 years. Something like that. Some weird number like that. They're older, but they're not old, is basically the way. They're like middle-aged. Okay, that's it, right there. Make sure that they all line up decently well. And make sure that the mirror lines up decently well. Oh, it does. Look at that. We are in business. Okay, so the woodpecker is here. Cool. Let's go ahead and look at making a woodpecker head. I got an hour to make a woodpecker head, and then the rest of it is for noding. So color me pretty pleased with what we're doing right now. You go up there. You go up there. Why'd I say there like that? I don't know. We're not going to think about it. This is going to be chain hook. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I love the thinking fish. The thinking fish is where I'm at. All right, let's go ahead and throw on a little bit of Damascus-y here, which is not real Damascus, but that's what we're going to be calling it. And then we're going to throw on a little bit of Damascus, and I'm going to sit and probably try and fix these counts off stream. That might be a Sunday task. Not to ramp people up too much, because I don't want people to think about something that's not going to be happening for a while, because I have a big problem of making false promises. But I have a big plan for Sundays eventually. I have a cool idea for what I want to do on Sundays, and I'm not sure if I'll ever do it or if I'm going to do it live or just do it on my own. But I got a cool little Sunday idea that we're going to be working on soon. So I'll let people know as we get closer or as it becomes more real or whatever. But yeah, I got an idea. Ideally, I'm trying to do more of my 3D modeling on stream rather than making so much stuff like just off-stream homework for myself. So I'm just starting to think about how to make that a reality for me. Also, this needs to be dropped. That'll do. Okay, so we gotta fix the A-frame stuff. It doesn't look very good. He looks perfect. That's a log. That's a stripped log, no problem. That'll do its job. These guys do not look good. So let's make boards. Okay, we're gonna make a little bit of board with this. Okay, so you need slot 1. We're gonna make a new one. I'm gonna call these boards. What we're gonna do is we're going to get that looking like this. The wheel looks like shields. Oh yeah, that's like the big goal for me. That was the whole idea. Okay, so we're gonna get this really nice looking texture right here. This really harsh, strong texture. And I'm gonna put another one over here so that we can get rid of that gradient a little bit. Man, the loading on this thing is out of control. If I'm gonna be using Eevee, I think I need to rethink my technique a little bit. Get that really dark, and we're just gonna pop in the final little sections of it. Just like that. There we go. So now I've got these really dark bits. Will the shields get colors? Well, they're not actually shields, so no. They're supposed to be wheels, but they're made the same way that shields are being made. Okay, we're going to be really delicate with the last bit of this process, because once I get this right, we're looking golden. This little surface guy right here, I do not love. I kind of want to replace it. I kind of want to fix this. How will I fix it? I don't know. I guess I'll just redo the wheel a little bit. If I'm thinking about this very effectively, what even is that? It's a little bulb that sticks out. What's the matter, CQDK? CQDK, if you win this speed sketch, you can ask me to make a shield and color it, and I'll color a shield for you. It's just not the goal of this one right now, you know? That's just not what we're doing. Shiny wheels. I don't think so. Tell you what I do want to do. I think I want to go ahead and pop on a checker pattern. I was a little bit worried about doing this, but I think this is correct. No. Sorry, not a checker pattern. I'm in a brick. Always a brick, never a checker. T's got a little bit of raffle going on now. What? What's going on, CQDK? You okay? CQDK disapproves of my my current decision making on how to do this battering ram. All right, we're gonna do that. That is a cool little look right there, and we're gonna go ahead and pop you in right here. And I'm gonna say, does this work? Please work. Now, oh, yeah. Okay, we're here. Now, I want to make it a little bit wavy looking. So we're looking at this, right? Perfect little boards, and they're actually really long boards. They're super long boards, and they're actually fully finished here. No, I'm not going to make the wheels purple. What are we talking about? You can't ask me to make the wheels purple and then give me a frowny face. We're going to say that looks about right. We're going to go ahead and decrease that offset perfectly. You love fish and chips without oil. Can you explain what that means for us? What is fish and chips without oil? That sounds like the beginning of like a sketch routine, but it's not what I meant by it. Okay, and we just need to throw a mapping note on here. Oh, you bought yourself an air fryer. My man is classy. I'm not going to do anything to the wheels. The wheels will stay as is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab this. There we go. That is it. And now we want to flake up that little mortar right there. So first off, I'm going to add some smoothness to this to get it that kind of look. And then we pop this on into the height map, and we should be looking golden. Can they at least squeak while moving? Well, I'm not doing sound design, but canonically, yeah, they can squeak when they move. I'm A-okay with this. There we go. Now, big problem with this is that these caps here do not have material on them. I'm dying. Okay, back. You know what? The more I'm looking at this, the more I hate the way this looks. And I know exactly how to fix it. Thank you. Very appreciated. There's your stream sneeze. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I am a little bit on the sick side, having not drank water for a couple of days. So I think we're going to get a couple more of those guys. I think it's very likely we're going to get a few more sneezes in by the end of the stream. But that's okay. It's just the body getting right again. Can't be too upset about it. We're going to go ahead and delete those guys. Thank you for the hydrate, Simo. Squeaky wheels can confuse enemies. Think that they're mice. Get a natural 20 on deception. Yep. Simo has ruined it for everybody. Simo has made sure that everybody has to drink some water. So, get destroyed, everyone. Simo, how are you? Were you the one saying that you're super tired? Why are you so tired? What's going on? Oh, water? Yeah, drink water. Because I know you well enough to know that you're going to drink water instead of water. There is water in beer. Oh, yeah, the sauna. Because you had the sauna. That's right. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your sauna. I'm mega jealous. I want that. I want that to be me right now. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to make myself a little bulb. And then we're going to take this bulb and we're going to shrink it to make a little hubcap. And then we pop the hubcap down on the end there. That actually has the look for me. That looks a lot better. It's a lot less geometry. I don't think it's a lot less geometry, but it is less geometry. It is just overall better. This is a better look. So now we come into here, we go to our nodes, and we're going to make it metal. And then we have like a really good design theory going on here. Is this expert? Is this like the best thing I've ever made? I don't think so, but it's good. It looks fine. Actually, I do want to keep that ridge. I like that ridge there. I think that's a good look. And then we're going to just come in and turn it into metal. So I just go to slot 2, and I hit assign. And like, look at that. Look how gorgeous that looks. What kind of tree are the wheels made from? That's a good question. I mean, it looks like oak right now. It looks a good bit like oak. Also, by the way, I'm going to rename Damascus to Dirty Iron. And we're going to rename the boards. Boards are perfect, actually. So now, let's look at the boards over here. It being straight on is just fine. But we want to add that little granulation sort of darkness to this. There we go. That's the look. That is the look. That is rough. You do not want to run your finger over that. Cool. Okay, so we got the boards settled. Let's lower the size of the mortar just a little bit. Let's make the mortar a dark brown instead of being black. There we go. I kind of want to give it a texture. This is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm feeling bad ideas today. I'm not scared of nothing. Mr. Six, hello. Mr. Six, how you doing? Mr. Six, I forgot to do something for you. Hold on. Hold on, I forgot to do something just for you, Mr. Six. I made you a promise and I didn't keep my promise. We're going to hear myself twice. No, we're not. We're muted. Very good. Let me go to my creator dashboard. It's been a random day. I am all over the place. Feeling good, though. I can't be upset about what's going on today. All right, Mr. Six, I've done something very important for you that I said I would do yesterday. I have taken the cost of asking a question, and I have lowered it since you wanted to ask more questions. So I have lowered the cost of asking questions just for you. I know this is crazy off topic, but ramen noodles sound so good right now. I just need to see if anybody was there with me. So while I was at the grocery store today, they have a ramen section, and I've been told that the ramen is really good. And I wanted to get some, but I didn't have the time to because I had to rush because I was going fast today. You'll save enough to make a QA stream? Absolutely. You know how much I would love that? You know how much I would love for somebody to, like, care enough to ask me a bunch of questions like that? That'd be dope. There we go. Now we have a procedurally generated little piece here. And the only thing I want to do is lower that size a little bit so you don't get crushed in there as much. And we can up that smoothness a little bit more. Perfect. Those are wheels. Those are good looking wheels. How is life treating me? Mr. Six, I've had a very rough couple of days. But we solved all of our problems and we're feeling great now. We've solved every problem and we're feeling really good now. That's a lovely looking wheel. I think I'm done on the wheel. I think that's a 10 out of 10. We're done on the wheel. Okay, we're definitely not done on the wheel. Sorry. I take it back. We're not done on the wheel. I gotta fix this last little bit here. So let's fix this up. And this is actually going to be less geometry once again. How I'm going to do this is the part that I don't understand. How will I do this? Let's just go for it. I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. Let's dissolve. No, let's delete the faces. That wheel is cracked in a good way. It is a pretty good looking wheel. I cannot be too upset with that wheel. Anyway, so yeah, I'm dreaming of ramen. For everybody that wanted a finalization to that story. So on Sunday, I have to go grocery shopping again because I just did a really quick grocery shop today. But I'm going to be grocery shopping on Sunday, and like for sure, I am going to go get those that ramen noodle. Mr. Six, everything is better now. I got my car fixed yesterday. I went grocery shopping this morning. And I've just generally been doing a lot of like productive stuff with my life lately. So it's been all right. I think we're okay. I think we're back. 365. No, I don't want that much. We're going to go ahead and merge by distance, but we're going to go really small. Like 0.005. Soon is now perfect? Oh yeah. You know me. I'm going to get those nudes. Okay, we got a division of 30 on the merge right there, and nothing is merging here, and nothing is merging here. Everything looks good. Perfect. Perfect. It's perfect. What kind are you going to get? That's a good question. I kind of go crazy for pork ramen. I'm mostly trying to get rid of red meat in my life. To everybody that doesn't care about red meat, I'm not trying to preach or anything like that. I just don't like red meat for myself. But I'm trying to get rid of meat in my life for the most part, except for fish. I like fish. I'll never give up on fish. And so I kind of want to get like pork ramen, but I do have a conflict of like faith every time I do that. Not that it matters or that it should matter or anything like that, but just something I keep in the back of my mind. Yeah, that's a tire right there. That's good. That wheel is pretty much perfect. The only thing I'm going to add, we're going to come back to here. We're going to grab you, and we're going to grab you, and we're going to grab you. We're going to scooch these guys in quite a bit more. I don't want people getting close up on the back of this thing. There's no reason you should be able to get close to the back of this thing. I realize I'm wasting a bunch of time, by the way. I should really be focusing. Okay, let's go ahead and copy, paste. Remove the second tint. Grab these guys. Okay, I am wasting a bunch of time. Copy that. Paste it. Paste it. And paste it. I believe that should work. So now what I'm going to do is grab you and copy you, and we're going to link modifiers. And now I should be good to just trash you, trash you, trash you, grab, 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 link modifiers. And we're good. That does it. Boom. Now we're in. And now I look at this in rendered view, and I think we're set. I think that making an effort based on what you feel is best for you, so it's important, and I don't think it's a bad thing to treat yourself with pork ramen. Yeah, I think there's a compromise, right? If you're like, I'm going to give up red meat 100%, and you don't, that's bad. But if you're like, I'm going to give up red meat 30%, and you do, you're not a bad person for not being fully vegetarian. Also, Eevee is killing my computer right now. Sorry if I'm a little framey. It's definitely because of Eevee. Okay. So, that is a pretty good looking setup. I gotta say, that looks great. So we're gonna spend the rest of our time doing the woodpecker. We need to make a woodpecker. Like, full stop, we need to make a woodpecker. Oh, and one thing real quick while I'm here. I need to redo this texture. Okay, so let's go into nodes real quick. We got you. And you look like absolute chaos. So we're going to grab you. In fact, I'm going to grab all of this. Copy. Now we go to you and we paste. And we're going to delete all of this. It'd be a better planet if everyone gave up 30% than a small group giving up 100%. Yeah, I totally agree with that. We live in a weird society where people live in absolutes. Like, a lot of people live in kind of a weird bubble for stuff like that. You either are racist or you're not racist. You either are a vegetarian or you're not a vegetarian. You either are fit or you're not fit. And that line of thinking is damaging. The world is very, very granular. And if you're judging people based on, like, whether they're literally perfect or not, you're never going to live in the world that you want to live in. You're not going to be happy with the way things are. That's to say the least. So, be good to your neighbor, is what I'm saying. Treat them with respect. They deserve it. Even if you don't like them. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and up the amount of that. And I actually think we might want to make it just a little bit darker. Like it's been treated or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that even makes a difference, but thinking about it, yes, that should be the way we do this. So we got it, and it's normal. Go on ahead, and you're normal. And you're normal. And you're normal. There you go. We lower those colors down a little bit like that. It doesn't look great, so I'm going to sit and think about this a little bit more, but it should be fine as is. The problem is, these guys are like, they're washed, right? These are miniatures. And the way that people make miniatures like this is they have this like inky sort of water. They have like a black water sort of thing. And they pour it onto the model and then they dry it and it fills the cracks with ink. And that's how they make things look dirty in miniature painting. It's more complicated than that. People who actually paint miniatures are going to roast me for saying that. So sorry to all of you that actually paint miniatures. That's effectively how it works. But I can't wash like that because my normals aren't strong enough because it's not actual displacement. So I think I want to be a little careful of this. I'm also going to call this, by the way, what am I call this? Wood reinforcements. We're going to call it wood reinforcements. Raising that to 2 kind of works. And scaling that down is bad. So we're going to scale it up. And we're going to take this and maybe make it go a little crazier. Oh, big problem is that it's not scaling the way we want it to. Yeah, we want to scale on the Z. There we go. Can I ask you a question? You just did. So thank you for your question. Next. But I guess if you want to ask a second question, I'm up for a second question. I figured you were playing around. Somehow I know you by now, Mr. Six. Who knows how that's true, but it is. Okay, why that's happening, I don't know. Let's do a 90-degree turn on the Z real quick. We're going to do that, and we're going to lower the distortion down. I can lower that as well just a little bit, and it might even be in our best interest to reverse these colors. I don't know why that should make a difference, but I think that is exactly what we want it to do, and that looks a lot better to me. Like, immediately that looks so much better. I don't know. I think it needs like edge highlighting or something, but I'm not going to do that right now. This is going to be the way we look at it. So that's wood reinforcements. I'm going to make you wood reinforcements. And that is the color of everything right now. So now we can grab you, and you can also be wood reinforcements, which looks gross and terrible. Do not do that. The log can have a little bit more of its strength turned up to give it that really nice normal map look. And now, officially, I am starting the woodpecker. I know I'm going to have to redo this hatch roof, and I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and make a woodpecker. Woodpecker. What are we looking for? It's SI's weird that makes your stream choppy. Can you explain what SI is for everybody, including me? Because I don't know what that means. What is SI? Oh, here we go. We're gonna have a learning moment. I am ready. I'm excited. Okay, so we're here. What is all this? This is going to be called our muddy ground. The wheels are the wheels. Sure, all that can stay. I don't care. Boom, boom, boom. All of that stays. Push that up onto the battering ram. Come up to here, and they're all the wheels, and the wheels come up. 2 wheels. Done. Boom. Boom. Here's what we're going to do. I'll make a new collection, and it's going to be called Woodpecker. And we're going to make a woodpecker. It's going to be the most perfect woodpecker you've ever seen. I'm going to nail it in 2 seconds. It's not going to take long at all. Spoilers, that's not true. Okay, so we close everything. We close everything. Typing on phone is hard. I'm sorry, Simo. I always give you so much work. Let's go ahead and throw this woodpecker in here. Who's that girl that is very dirty? The one that dates Spider-Man? Muddy Jane. Oh. Oh, Mr. Six. Oh, Mr. Six. That was not the best one I've heard. That one gets like a 1 out of 5. There was an attempt. There was an attempt. An attempt was made on this day. Okay, so. Important things that must be true about the woodpecker. The head has to slot onto the log. So we're going to do that part real quick here. Did you hear the joke between the woodpecker and the owl? No, I was going to try and solve it. That's pretty good. It's knock knock, who's there? This chat, man. You all are out of control. Okay, so that is a woodpecker. We're going to go ahead and grab the head like that. Make it bigger. We're going to go ahead and grab the head and bring that a little bit smaller. And then we're going to extrude it out to a normal and merge you at center. And now we just need to grab it. The thing about a woodpecker is its ability to hone in is based on the top and the bottom of the beak, not the sides of the beak. So we're going to do this. Hopefully this gets the job done. That's pretty good. And we'll do these two. What I want is to not get it too spiky. So that's going to be the beginning of our woodpecker, and now I'm going to sculpt the rest of this. If I dissolve that, no, I like it like that. A bird. It's a bird. The bird is the word. Okay, let's go ahead and apply that. Smooth it. And let's get into some sculpting. And we're going to just lose our minds for a little bit. So if you want to watch a man actually freak out, here's your chance. What we need to do is apply scale first and foremost. We need to go back to sculpt mode. We need to grab him. Actually, that's not a lot of geometry. What if Spider-Man was a bird? Woodpecker. Mr. Six, you're going to get canceled today. Mr. Six is on his last leg. I can't believe we're about to watch a man get canceled on this day. I was talking about myself, but now somebody else has come up to the plate. Okay, so let's make ourselves a nice little divoted looking woodpecker. This isn't my first rodeo with sculpting at this point, so I feel comfortable. I hear a sorry, but I don't know if there's an actual sorry here. I think you're proud of what you've done. I think you're quite pleased with yourself. There we go. We're going to do that, and we're going to lower the little gutty boy right here. That's not a bad-looking woodpecker. Like, already, that's a woodpecker. Already, that looks good. The inside of this doesn't super matter, but we do have to round this out so it's not such a square. That's like the big thing, is that it can't be like a square. So we're going to go ahead and do some rounding stuff to make the head feel a little bit more real. Like that. I am very excited to receive a wall of text from Simo here in just a little bit. Everybody know that that is incoming. Be there or be square, said Minecraft Steve. Can you believe Minecraft Steve is in Minecraft? And by... Hey, if I said that I was not doing well, let's let that last sentence really sink in. Isn't it crazy that Minecraft Steve is in Minecraft? This is a word that did come out of my mouth. It is a word that came out of my mouth. My God. It's not what I meant. I meant smash. Also, Simo, I thought you were going to explain what SI was. That's why I was calling you out. Okay, there we go. That'll do, and then we can now bulge this out. Oh, I'm very confused about your comment. The fact that it's so. What kind of bird always gets stoned? A weed pecker? Okay, so we've devolved into nothing at this point. I know Steve is in Minecraft. What I was saying is I can't believe Steve is in Smash. I am aware that Steve is in Minecraft. That was not what I was trying to get across with that sentence. This is not the worst looking woodpecker. I made the eyes a little aggressive. They're really round here, but I made them aggressive so that I can put the eye up in here and make it look like very scary. I'm going for an interpretive look instead of doing a really authentic look because I want this to feel like a frightening thing that you don't want to hit your castle. So I'm going for the look that, like, this is not good. And I gotta say, it is scary. You do not want this thing coming at you on the end of a chained log. This is upsetting. This thing looks awful. Okay, so now we gotta make the hair. And I'm like questioning, do I want to use real hair or should I turn it into some sort of stylized? I guess I'm going to use real hair. Shame bell? I don't know what shame bell means either, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, let's go ahead and raise up some... Nope. Let's not raise up for Jesus. There's no need to raise up for Jesus on this day. What did he ever do for us? You know what? We're not going to have a mouth because there's no reason to be doing something like that. That's it. Okay, there he is. Done. That's as much as I'm going to do with that. We're going to grab him and throw on a subdivision just to round out that guy. And then we're going to pop some beady little eyes in here. And he's going to look ferocious. I kind of like him without eyes, but I think he's better with eyes. So we're going to put in eyes. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Lower it by 90. Wrong way. 90. Correct way. Here's the best video game song that's ever been made. So we're all going to take a moment to appreciate it. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Now, do we like it like that, or do we like it like this? Because it might be a little bit better if we do it like this. That does look scarier. Okay, we're going to do that. You do not want to get hit by this. You do not want this thing showing up on the front of a conveyor to come kill you. This looks so scary. Holy cow. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and throw on the eye on the other side. We're going to call this... we're going to call this Ram Skull. We're going to call this Ram Eye. And this is Ram Stein. It was a terrible joke. I think this is my favorite so far. What do you mean your favorite so far? Raffle has ended. All right. Now we will see who won the raffle. This is horrifying. Oh my gosh. You do not... I'm just going to put it on the ram, and we're just going to appreciate this for just a moment. I need to put hair on it. The skull, but Ramstein surprised me. Oh, I see. It is kind of nightmare fuel. I love it. I like this thing so much. That was weird how that worked. That was really weird how that worked for just a moment, but sure. Oh, I didn't grab both of them. That's why it didn't work. I didn't grab both of them. I understand. Haha. Okay, we place you on the front of our little battering ram. I kind of like it being huge. But I don't know how huge we want this thing to be. Also, why is it sideways? That's not what I wanted. Your X should be 0, sir. There we go. Wow, that is frightening, to say the least. I need to fix this. I'm going to cup that later, but we have a lot of things we need to do, so I'm not going to worry about it. You know what? I am going to worry about it. Let's get rid of the tint. This tint keeps getting in the way. We really hate that tint, but it is a necessary part of the build. And then I'm going to fix this, and then I will do the raffle. Okay, we're going to do this, this, this. Oh, yes. You wouldn't want to ram that sharp, though. It would get stuck. I kind of agree with you. And I think we're going to fix that a little bit, but for the most part, I like it just being a devastating sort of weapon. I agree, though. It's not the most realistic thing in the world. It's one of the more fantasy things I've ever made. That's to say, for real. Says the guy who makes, like, floating ghosts with no arms and stuff. But, you know what I mean. Real life sucks. I prefer realism in my fantasy, to be honest. I like realistic fantasy. I'm a big contingent of, like, people should be using realism and fantasy as much as possible. It's okay if you want to have magic and stuff, but like you need to consider the realism of how it would work before you just go like, it's magic. His sword is on fire because magic. And it's like, okay, but like, how's the magic work? I really dislike that line of thinking. But I'm not trying to explain this away with magic. Can I click it? Thank you. That is horrifying. Cool. Now let's go ahead and fix that beak a little bit. Oh, how am I going to fix the beak? I think I just have to re-topo this thing. So we're going to not let the beak be that sharp in just a little bit, but know that that's how sharp I like it being right now. It kind of looks like it would tip the whole thing over, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I'm going to take both of these guys and scooch them back. Oh, you can't scooch them back. That's not going to work. You're going to clunk the side of this thing every time you use it. Okay, we have a little crisis then. I didn't think about that. Did not think about that one. We got to raise this thing up. All of this has got to get higher. She renders very bad. She needs help. That should clear the gap, no problem. That'll clear that gap, no problem. Okay, cool. So that's about as high as we got to make it. And we're going to flush this guy right into the edge of that. Sure, that'll do. We're just going to stick right there. And I'm going to refix those chains in a little bit. For the time being, this is okay. When you look at this dead on, I'm going to just hide it with the camera for just the first little bit. It'll look fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so this is my monster that I've created. I'm pretty pleased with it, if I'm being perfectly honest. So let's figure out the raffle now. Sorry for taking so long on that raffle, but that was important for me. Okay, let's see what we're up to. Water is so wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and head on over to our raffle. And we're going to pick a winner. There's not a lot of people who submitted today. There seems to be a guaranteed winner. It's I'm a Cup of Tea. All right, T, you're the one. You get the points. Okay, much better. I felt great. All right, and I'm going to complete the raffle. And let's go ahead and render out the last little bit of this. So what do we want this thing to look like? Well, I hate to say it's just going to be dirty iron. But I think it is just dirty iron. It's you. You get to control it. What if we did like obsidian eyes? How cool would that be? Would that make a lot of sense? Obsidian is a hard rock. It wouldn't break too easily. One nightmare fuel? What would go well with this? Whatever you think. You are totally okay to do this. We're going to go for ram metal. And I'm going to apply scale. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower that distortion a little bit, and I'm going to make it way scary dark. Obsidian is glass from rock. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and make obsidian real quick. It chips off pretty easily in layers. I think if you hit it, but not if it's attached to something, right? I don't know. I'm going to make obsidian real quick, and if that's a terrible idea, then I guess I'll fix it. But I feel like making obsidian real quick. I have 4 minutes to make something. I can't really sit and think too hard about what I want to be doing. So I'm just going to make obsidian. If it's terrible, please let me know. I don't mind that sort of criticism at all. I'm somebody that I think handles criticism pretty well. I don't know if you already did it, but the castle wall with the door you're trying to break down, that's a cool idea. Pyro, I don't mind you sharing your opinion at all. If you have a better idea, please, absolutely share it. Like a stone wall with a huge wooden door? Yeah, I can do that. I'll make like a castle wall. That'll look kind of nuts. Okay, let's apply scale on that. That was weird. We'll go like 20 on here to bring it back to where we wanted it. And then we'll get going. Can the doors be named Pyro's Naughty Corner above doors? No. No. 100% no, it cannot. What in the world are you talking about? Oh, I love this song. This song fills me with so much joy. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves like a dark purple and a lighter purple. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Oh, she's beautiful. Can the doors... Oh, I just read that again. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Not doing that. 100% not doing that. There we go. That looks all right to me. It's fate? Nope, 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 nope. You're the guy at the grocery store who goes, oh, can't find the price? Must be free. You're that guy. You're the guy that folks at grocery stores go, hello, Mr. Smith. All right, we're going to throw some transmission on this guy, get him looking like a nice bit of glass. Okay, and we're going to up that transmission roughness a lot. That was mean. I would steal it. What would you steal? The groceries? And put it in someone's cart? You're definitely the guy at the grocery store. You are definitely that guy at the grocery store. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, we're going to throw a little bit of clear coat on this guy. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it. Get that really reflective look to it. But how does that look? How does that feel for obsidian? Does that feel okay? Do we like that? I kind of think that looks nuts. Oh, if I'm being crazy, I want to put an emission inside of it. This is a bad idea. Don't do this. Don't do this. Stop doing this. Red, stop doing this. This is a bad idea. Stop doing this, Red. It's a bad idea. You got to quit. Quit. Quit while you're ahead. No, I'm doing it. A bit too blue. Okay, I'll take that criticism. Okay, you know what? Emission, none. Get rid of the emission. It's also a little light. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That's it right there. Obsidian is usually a little darker and more shiny, especially the chipped off parts are very reflective when wet and dry, often with a hint of green. All right, you want me to add a little hint of green? Okay, 0.09, and that's dark with a little bit of green in it. What is what she said? I'm going to say that's it. That's my, like, evil crystal eye. It reminds me a lot of the dark crystal. This has big dark crystal energy. Anybody out there who's seen the dark crystal, shout out to you. I had an ex a long time ago who very sweetly was like, we need to watch the dark crystal. And I was like, okay. And we did. And it was good. It's a great little movie. Okay, now we round out this bottom a little bit, and we say that's it. Look up All Tomorrows and try not to find the face on the ram. Okay, so I know All Tomorrows. All Tomorrows is kind of nuts. Yeah, Dark Crystal is pretty nightmare fuel. In ways. I mean, it's good. It's like child-friendly in a way, and it's scary in a way. All Tomorrows is nuts. Is All Tomorrows the one, it's the aliens and the Gi or whatever come down and alter human genetics? And there's the asteromorphs that fart in space to move around. They, like, live inside asteroids and they fart to propel themselves. That's them, right? Yeah. It's nuts. Anybody who wants to, like, have a nightmare tonight, go look up All Tomorrows. It was Qui. Got it. Que. Chi. Okay, cool. So we got to do two things on here before we can call it done. But I'm going to go ahead and make that wall first. So we're going to make the wall. The Q. Okay, the Q. You got it. Okay, so we want to make a little castle wall. So immediately what I'm thinking is we're going to make a tower using a cylinder of... It's actually allowed to be kind of harsh. I want to say 14. What's my favorite mythical creature? Mr. Six, I'm pretty sure you have asked me this already. Fairly certain you have asked me this already. But I will answer again. Why not? My favorite mythical creature is got to be... Somebody's asked me what my mythological creature is. I'm going to say it's got to be a Sphinx. Something about sphinxes are very cool to me. Something very, like, me about a sphinx. I feel very connected to a sphinx. Telling riddles and just being kind of a little, like, almost a neutral party. Like, they're not good or evil. They have nobody's best interest except their own in mind. That's got big me energy. Not that I, like, value myself that highly or whatever, but just, I don't know. I feel connected to them. I feel very connected to a sphinx. So I'm going to say a sphinx. Some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. What are some honorable little mentions for mythological creatures? The thing is, I stay away from mythological stuff for the most part. I'm not into it too much. Okay. Let's see. There we go. We got a little tower. Other mythological creatures. Okay, so we got Sasquatch. We got the Abominable Snowman. Abominable Snowman is pretty top tier. He's a pretty cool dude. Can't be mad at that guy. Who else? You like werewolves? Werewolves are okay. I don't know if I've told this story on stream before or not, but when I was a kid, I had an imaginary werewolf. Okay, so this is a story and a half. Here's a story for everybody. Let's all get to know one another. I had an imaginary werewolf friend when I was growing up. He was an orange werewolf named Billy. And when I was young, when I was a little kid, I would sit on my trampoline and I would jump on the trampoline. And I imagined that there was somebody in the bushes next to the trampoline where I was jumping. This is how sociopathic I was as a child. But I like to imagine that there was a person there. And for me, at first, I imagined it was myself from the future. And what I looked like in the future was I wore a leather biking outfit. I was a biker. I had a motorcycle as an adult in my mind. I had a biker's outfit and a bright, like, neon colored helmet with the visor down. And so I genuinely pictured that there was an old version, like as I am right now, there was me sitting in the bushes like this, and I was just sitting listening to the rambling of my child self. So I just pictured, like, there was an older version of me that cared so much about listening about whatever dumb stuff I was talking about. It was wild. I don't know why I thought that. But yeah, so that's what I did. That's what I believed in. So that was happening. And this character, this future me that was listening to all my rambling, eventually turned into a werewolf. So slowly over time, that character turned into a werewolf somehow. And their name was Billy. So it was no longer me. It was a new character now. And their name was Billy. And I loved Billy. Billy was great. Billy was a cool guy. He would sit and listen and just have a great time with me. So, shout out to Billy. We all love Billy. Everyone's gangster until Billy shows up. But yeah, so that was my ideology as a child. That looks really good, actually. So I like werewolves. I'm not 100% on a werewolf, but I do like werewolves. I have a great affiliation with werewolves. What else? What else am I going to say while we're rambling? Billy was lovely. Billy was a lovely little man. What else? What other... Can you all tell me some mythological creatures? And I can give you... Can we rate mythological creatures? Can that be what we do right now? Please, please, please? Can you throw a mythological creature out there and I'm going to tell you if it's good or not? Like if it's a cool mythological creature or not? Wow, 2 people said griffin instantly. We got griffin lovers in chat. I did not know we were so pro-griffin. Holy cow. Okay, so a griffin. A selkie. Ooh, I love a selkie. Okay, so a griffin. Griffin is gonna get... Griffin's gonna get... Griffin gets a 6 out of 10. It's cool. It's not great. I don't love a griffin. It gets a 6 out of 10. Griffin gets a 6 out of 10. Final answer. Selkie. Selkie is an 8 out of 10. A dragon. Okay, so dragons are too diverse for me to give you a clear answer on that. What kind of dragon are we talking about? Like, what is the dragon? Harpy. Man, harpies are tough. Harpies are weird. Conceptually, I think a harpy gets a 9 out of 10. In execution, the way that they're drawn and the way that people show them in fantasy... No. A classic one? No, but are we talking like a Chinese dragon? Are we talking a wyvern? Are we talking a drake? Are we talking a sea serpent? What is a classic dragon? A goblin. Goblins are low tier. Goblins suck. Goblins are funny in fantasy, but as far as like imagining them on Earth, no, goblins suck. They're low tier. Okay, this doesn't work. Come back, come back. We're gonna go ahead and just divide that in half 2 times. We're gonna make this the first thing we do so I can undo it nice and easy. Hello? A unicorn. Unicorns... Okay, a unicorn gets a 3 out of 10. And a Pegasus gets a 7 out of 10. I really don't care for unicorns. They don't do it for me. I'm pretty no on a unicorn. Ints. Oh boy. Oh boy. An int is a 10 out of 10. Int is a 10 out of 10. Easily. Int, 10 out of 10. No questions asked. Old Treebeard looking for his wife. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. You know the ints from Lord of the Rings are looking for their wives. That's their whole thing. That's their whole like story arc during Lord of the Rings, is that they're trying to find their wives. Which is kind of dope. They're just like going on a journey to find the babes. Kind of the dopest thing that a tree man could have been doing. Kind of love it. It's like, just look up the lore. Like, look up some Lord of the Rings lore. They're literally just looking for babes. It's awesome. It's so like primal and interesting and just like, sure, I guess. What are the goats called? That's called a satyr. A dwarf is a 0 out of 10. Dwarf, worst character. Dwarves are terrible. Can I make a note about dwarves and gnomes and any of that stuff? The problem with dwarves and gnomes and the Red Guard from Obsidian and all of that, it's just like a really demeaning way to explain people who are not normal. A dwarf is just a human. And to look at like a shorter person, a shorter hairy person, and be like, you're the fantasy race a dwarf. It's like, no. They're just a short human. Like, what are we talking about? It's very demeaning. I hate the classification of like dwarves and stuff. I think that's a really negative aspect of fantasy. So I'm a 0 on a dwarf. I'm a 0 on a gnome. I'm a 0 on any like. They're a black human. No, you get a 0. You failed. You failed as a writer. Demons. Traditional demons with the skin and the horns and the glowing eyes and the hair, the chest on the hair, chest hair. Traditional demons get a 9 out of 10. Kurupira and also Iku Torso. Okay, let's look up some of these guys real quick. We're gonna get so distracted today. Iku Torso. What the heck is an Iku Torso? Oh, whoa. Yo. Iku Torso. That's just Cthulhu. Yo. This thing's a 10 out of 10. This thing's a 10 out of 10. For sure. Okay, let's look up a Kurupiru. Kurupira. Kurupira. 0. 0. It's just a person. Okay, that's a better image. That's a 2 out of 10. The backwards foot. Ugh. Their feet are backwards. Why are their feet backwards? Why are their feet backwards? Why are the feet backwards? There's no way. There's no way. To confuse hunters? Zero. 0 out of 10. Goodbye. 0 out of 10. 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. 0. That's a 0. Cthulhu. Cthulhu is... I don't care about Cthulhu. Cthulhu gets like a 4 out of 10. It's fine. It's not that good. A heretic? Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Oh, I see. Whoops. Let me come back to this. We're going to remove that mirror modifier real quick, and now we're going to copy and move you on over. Succubus. Succubus is tough. When you're having a lonely night, a succubus is a 10 out of 10. End of thought. Okay, so a kitsune. Kitsunes are great. I really like the mythology of kitsune. So I'm going to give kitsune a 9 out of 10 for their 9 tails. That's not bad looking. It's not exactly how it's supposed to look, but it's fine. Okay, let's look up a big castle door for a medieval gate. Castle door. Just a big old door. Realistically, you don't want the door to be really big. You want a small door. Or you want like a portcullis. A headless mule? A 5 out of 10. I don't know. It sounds kind of cool. It sounds stupid, but it sounds kind of cool. I'm going to give a headless mule a 5 out of 10. Oh, hello. Oh, the diamond door. Oh, we're doing diamond door. Yeah, we're doing diamond door for sure. I hate that it's a GIF because I just want to stop it and look at it. But we're doing the diamond door. For sure. There's a portcullis. The portcullis really doesn't tell the correct story here, though. Even though, effectively, I probably would use a portcullis for my gate. Those are studded doors? Yeah, we're going to do a studded door. Studded castle door. Let's see. Can we get the diamond door? Diamond door. Where's my diamond door? Am I really going to have to go off of a GIF? Don't make me do this. It is going to make me go off this. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I can do this. I trust my ability. So, let's go ahead and bring this down. What is this? Boom. Boom. We'll call this castle. It's not necessarily a castle, but I'm calling it a castle. We'll call this wall 1. We'll call this wall 2. We're going to call these cylinders towers. And we're going to pop all this up into here. I'm going to look at my empties real quick and see if there's anything I can get rid of. I think I've done a good enough job here. Yeah, get rid of you. I don't care. The chains, we did the face. I don't care. Goodbye. This. Oh, we made arrows. And I was supposed to stick arrows in the side of it, but I ran out of time. What did I do with those arrows? They're right there. Okay, so I did arrows. I guess we're not doing the arrows today. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to keep that. Because I'm going to be using this texturing for a little bit later, and I want this to compare the woodpecker to. So we're going to keep those guys. Okay, let's make a studded door. Now, when I think of a studded door, I don't know why I said it like that. When I think of a studded door, I think it's very obvious. Is it obvious? It's obvious, right? Hold on. Let me look at it. Oh, we got a Game of Thrones reference. It's the only Game of Thrones reference I recognize. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a cube. make it super flat. We're going to push you up against the wall until you match. Sure, that'll do. And now here's how we're going to do this. We're going to apply scale real quick. We're going to edit you like this with 15. I think that's the answer I want. And we're going to go based on our green right here, just you. Use proportion with a sharp. Pull you up. Sharp is not the correct answer. We want a smooth, or we want an inverse, a root. Okay, we got a root. Drop it. Oh! Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What was that? Okay, my god. There's a piece of tape that's holding up my lights behind my computer. And I guess the tape just gave out and all the lights fell and I just saw shadows like all over the place. I didn't realize it was my lights. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I am profusely sweating at this point. That like kicked me up into survival mode. That was horrifying, man. Okay, so we got ourselves a door. I have a pretty good idea how we're going to make this door work. Who's that guy behind you? Honestly? That's Buck Rogers behind me. Okay, so let's go ahead and build out the surrounding part of this door. I think I want to do this in a really particular way. Is this gonna work? Let me think how I want to do this real quick. What I want to do, I'm going to go back to my reference image. It's a bunch of little bricks. What would be the smart way to do this? What would be the smart way to do this? I think the smart way that I would do this is I would grab this and I would go like this. What is your biggest fear? Okay, I've definitely been asked that on stream. I have a relatively strong fear of heights. The older I get, the less bad it is. When I was a kid, it was bad. It was really bad. I got up on a bunk bed one time and like screamed and cried because I couldn't get down. Like my life was ending. It was over. I could not get down from the bunk bed. So yeah, heights has always been kind of bad for me. Nowadays, my biggest fear is probably claustrophobia. Specifically, I have a fear of being paralyzed. I really don't like when people like hold me down, or if somebody like, the worst thing that happens is somebody will wrap me up in a blanket like a burrito. Oh boy, that does it to me. I will freak out in a way that you've never seen me freak out before. I will freak out. I will lose my mind. I really, really hate the idea. It skeeves me out even just thinking about it. I really hate the idea of shopping carts hitting the back of my ankles. Oh, that one does it to me. That one really does it to me. What is happening? SZ0. Yeah, shopping carts hitting the back of my ankles, that's a no. That's a big no from me. Hello? Oh, sorry, I messed up. I goofed it. Okay, I goofed it hard. I don't know how to fix it necessarily. My biggest fear is to lose my parents. That's a very realistic fear. Why specifically that? Like, what about that does it to you? Do you think you rely on them for guidance, or is it more of just an emotional thing? There we go. Now we've done it, and I can put the door back. They're getting old. My dad is almost 70. Okay, so it's more of like a realistic fear. Like, you're dreading when it's going to happen. That's a very real fear. I don't think I would call that a phobia unless you distinctly think of it as a phobia. But I think that's more of just like dread. Like something that you think is going to happen and you just don't want it to happen. Which is very real. Okay, that's going to be my door for the most part. We're going to do this part as well. You have a phobia of holes? Can you explain what that means? How high do you have to be? How high you have to be scared of highs? At this point, it depends on how close I am to falling. Like, if you put me on a plane, I'm a little scared during takeoff and whatever, but I'm okay. I'm fine. If you put me on the Grand Canyon and I look over the bars, you know, I grab the bars and I'm looking over the bars, it's done. Like, I will quake. I really hate climbing lighthouses. I've done it twice in the past year, so it's not impossible. It's not like I can't do it. But I really don't like doing it. Oh, I kind of figured you meant that. My fear is more related with real things, like getting robbed in Rio. I mean, that's real. Okay, so this is my little guy here. He actually works pretty well. He doesn't work pretty well. Why does he not work pretty well? There we go. A little bit of a bevel right there. Oh, he looks good. Like the frog that lays eggs out of its back. And yeah, if there's a lot of holes, it grosses me out. There's a name for that. What is that called? It's not agoraphobia, but it's a very similar name. What is that? What is that? There's a name for that fear. Tryptophobia. That's the one. Yep, you got it. Tryptophobia. That's what it is. It's more common than you think. Okay, I can delete that. I can delete that. Delete. We got ourselves a little door. That, I think these could be merged and then that can be deleted as a single face. But I'm worried about messing up the topology and I'm also not trying to do all that work. So we're going to leave it as is. Dare I say, we're actually looking pretty clean here. Let's make some little diamonds. Oh, actually, let me make the brace first. So we're going to put a big old brace on here. They look kind of nuts. I think I don't want to go that crazy. So instead, I'm just going to use a really simple cube. Just like that. I don't think I'm scared of too much else. I'm definitely not scared of like violent sort of stuff. I've had enough weird, scary experiences like running around in the woods and like seeing dead bodies and stuff like that. So I'm not super scared of like something happening to me. I'm more scared of like this is bleak, and I don't say this lightly because this is not a super cool thing to say. I'd rather die than like get paralyzed. That's not me trying to mock anybody who has, you know, paralysis or anything like that. I have such an irrational fear of paralysis already at this point in my life that if it actually happened, I would just like lose it. I would go clinically insane instantly. It would ruin me. You already asked me a lot of questions, but you don't have to ask? You don't have to ask me anything. We can just have a conversation. All's well, man. I like just talking to everybody. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 times more. I really like just hanging out on this stream. Like, you know, I've said it a lot, but the reason why I stream is to motivate myself to do more 3D modeling. I'm not trying to see this as any more than that. If somehow one day we make a big old profit from this, sure, that'll be great. I'd love that. But it's definitely not the goal. And so we're just hanging. There's no pressure. Your questions do help a lot, but that doesn't mean that you have to force yourself to do anything. Taking notes in case of an RPG session? Honestly. Yeah, I know Pyro's gonna make me, like, fall from a great height or something. It doesn't bother me in fiction. Okay, so we got the door. Door. Door frame. Door brace. Also, it just messed up. No, it didn't. It's because there's two of them. Okay, door brace goes along door. Boom. Look at that. Can we do it again? Not quite. If I go like this, set origin to geometry, not quite. So, do you like potatoes? Man, I hate to be the one to tell you this. I really like potatoes. I love potatoes. Potatoes are so good. I live off potatoes. I got potatoes for dinner tonight. I just don't want to 3D model 1,000 of them. That's my big thing, is I don't want to keep 3D modeling them. The Otatop game? Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab all of this. All of this. Sir? Boom. 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 And we're now going to put a bevel on them. Just like that. And now we got nice rounded little bits where the door is going to go. Potato is honestly bae, for sure. Like, without a doubt, potato is like top tier. Okay, that is a pretty good looking door by my standards. So let's go ahead and throw the studs on there. The way I would think to do this, I want to make sure that I do this right. So I'm going to do that. Bata? What is bata? What does that mean? Let's go ahead and delete vertices. And now we have this, and we grab it, and we poke it, and we pull it out. Boom. Grab the whole thing, we crush it down to make the diamond, just like that, and we're good. It's potato. Now, maybe this is a really stupid question. What language is that? What is the language of Brazil? Because the dumb American in me says that it's Spanish. But that might be racist. I don't know. Is it Spanish? Do y'all speak Spanish? What do you speak? A crime? Oh, Portuguese. Of course it's Portuguese. That makes perfect sense. Clearly. No, that's why I asked. I didn't want to be wrong. Yeah, Portuguese makes perfect sense. Oh, you thought of Poland? That's a very pyro answer for you. That's a weird one. Get rid of the door. Grab both of you. Pop you guys up to make a nice little star pattern. And we're going to grab just one of you and put you dead center. We taught crime and potato vodka. My dad lived in Brazil for 2 years. You like Poland, but you hate Polish people. What a bunch of stuff that's going on right now. Why do you hate Polish people? Why do you hate your kin? We're going to get that going up. We're going to get that going down. And what I really want to do is average them out and put a center section right here. Okay, so you had communism. Okay, so this is going to be the Trump supporters of Poland that we're about to hear about. So people 40 plus just think it's okay to steal? Yeah. Sounds about right. Okay, let's go ahead and chain that to the door. Well, I hate to tell you this, but we got not communism over here, and a lot of people think it's cool to steal over here. So I think it might just be a universal thing. There we go. Now, am I going to eyeball this? You bet I am. Because I don't want to do a bunch of math right now. I don't even have that much time. I have 15 minutes to finish this, which is actually not a bad amount of time to finish this. But, I don't know. I had a lot of goals today. I need to finish this battering ram. It's not enough for a full stream, so I'm going to do this on Sunday, but ideally I wanted to finish as much as I could right now. Acai is so good. I love acai. Acai is like one of the most premium things in the world, which is a shame because it costs a fortune over here. There's no clipping there, so we're good. That's my door done. Okay, let's paint it. Okay, so we got our nodes. Look at that. Look at this gorgeous mess that we've made. Over here, it's so cheap. Man, I am jealous. Is Brazil where yerba is made, or where is that? Do you guys have yerba? Yerba mate? Because I go kind of crazy for yerb. I love me some yerb. Okay, let's go ahead and apply some scales to these guys to make sure that they're all good. Don't think so. Okay, that makes sense. Pyro also likes acai or yerba. I don't know which one. Okay, so now we got a wooden door here, and what I want to do is find the boards. Okay, now we're going to do board 01, and I'm going to call this door. We're going to have to fix a board somewhere else in just a moment, but I'm going to do that in my own time. Yerba? Weird smell to smoke, though? What do you mean smoke? What does that mean? Because you don't smoke yerb. Okay, those guys need to be changed to boards. And now we're good. Perfect. Okay, we're done on that. So I can hide you guys again. We're back on castle. And now we're going to double check our scale on the door. We're going to get that mortar size to be huge. That's the maximum. We'll take that. You don't? No, we don't smoke it. You can smoke anything that burns. Well, I don't exactly know what it is to a T, but yerb for us is a liquid. It's a tea. Like it's a leaf that they turn into a tea. We drink it. Just kidding. Okay, what did you think? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and increase the width of this. Let's say 10 is fine, and 10 is perfect. That's my door. Done. It's a good-looking door. I want to make it... You like the bitterness of yerba gets you going? I also like the bitterness of yerba. It also gets me going. We're going to do this as less dirty iron. And the less dirty iron is going to have no on the distortion. Its roughness is going to pop up. That's going to trigger a bump. Where's our bump? That'll do right there. That's not the worst looking bump I've ever seen. We're going to lower the distance on that so it looks a little bit more subtle for us. That'll do. Oh, she looks great. And now we want to raise that color up and lower the contrast a lot. So get you to like 0.5. Oh, I messed that up. Didn't mean to mess that up. We got the roughness coming in here. I want it to be a little bit brighter than that. So what is this going to do? That's good. That's perfect. Okay, dunzos. So let's grab all of this. Boom, 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 boom. Let's apply the material. And we got ourselves a little door. Dare I say, I think the bump is overkill. I don't think we even need the bump. Yeah, we can just keep it flat. That's fine. Flat'll work. Now we got to make the castle. Okay, we're here. We're on the final stretch of this bad boy. Not ready to be posted, unfortunately. I wanted to do a post later today, but I'll prep it, and then we'll focus on doing it in a little bit. We're going to give that a bunch of bevels, so it looks nice and good. I don't know what that is. If I auto-normal it, does that go away? It does. Wait, do I even want to bevel it? I already beveled it. I already beveled it exactly the way I like it. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, so, stone. Stonework. We're going to call this stonework. So, off the top of my head, we want some sort of randomizing function. So, I need checker. This is it. We're here. We are here. This is it. All of our ability comes into one place. No, not a checker, a brick. Always a brick, never a checker. Brick texture with a bump. Just like that. We'll go ahead and post that on up to the base color as well. And then we're going to do object data to make sure that it actually works, or maybe UV data. Oh no, I didn't think about this. Oh, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about this. We got to redo our UV. Okay, so we do UV, smart UV project. Hopefully that works. It's rotated. It is rotated. Cube project works. Cube project actually works really well. Cube project it is. Perfect. Okay. We salvaged it. Somehow we salvaged it. So your scale is going to be like 15. Oh, that looks great. She'll do perfect. Okay, so smoothness, really high. How did you know acai? It's pretty common over here. We have acai. It's like a, it's like considered a superfood over here. So people sell it for a lot of money. So it's expensive, is the short part of it. It's good though. Tell you what, can I muddy up this guy just a little bit? If I put in like a wave texture, and I use the wave texture to determine smoothness, we can make little bits. Yeah, we can. So we're gonna go detail roughness, distortion, and then detail to like an unbelievable degree. And then detail scale to like an unbelievable degree. Yeah, it gets sold for a large price over here. It is fancy people food. You'll find it at like gas stations in these little like foil bags covered in dark chocolate and like that kind of stuff. You don't find it really by itself unless you're seeking it out. But it's sold to you very often in like fancy packaged rich people food. That's commonly how you will find it. Okay, there we go. We got kind of little bricks here. That'll work. Gives it kind of a look like it's not fully there. So I can pop that on up. Pop you on down. I kind of think we might want to do object data here, but I don't know if that's great. Let's give it a shot, though. What's that going to do, right? Made basically no difference. Doesn't bother me either which way, so I'm not going to think about it. Next up, we got to do the actual stones. Okay, so the stones need to be 2 colors. Here you can find a kilogram of it at any market. Man, I wish that were true here. If you wanted to buy it at a marketplace here, you'd have to go to like a specialty place, like a healthy eating store, like a Whole Foods or Nature Goods, something like that. You wouldn't be able to go to your default place and get it. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pop in a Musgrave. I think a Musgrave's our best bet. So we're going to put in a Musgrave on both of these guys. And we should start getting stone textures once we do this. I got 3 minutes to finish this, so I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this, but sure, I guess. And we're going to choose 2 different colors, but we'll get there in just a moment. Okay, so we'll do that. So let's find some colors. What color do we want this wall to be? I'm going to choose just default sort of stone colors. Like that, and then like a lighter... maybe like those 2 colors. And then we'll pick the exact same thing down here. First off, let's go detail high, dimension low, as per the norm. Get that look and feel going right. There we go. That's more along the lines of what I wanted. Perfect. There she is. Okay, that's a wall right there. And now we can copy these 2 colors. And then we'll alter them slightly. There it is. That's a stone wall right there. If I invert it, it's going to poke out this little bit, isn't it? I don't want to do that. You know what? I actually don't hate the way that looks. We're going to keep it just like this. And I'm going to up that detail once more. Boom. There it is. Stone wall. Nice and done. Nice little done deal right there. That's not a terrible looking little stone wall. Now what I will do, while we're here, is I will grab one of these and do the exact same technique we did earlier. Right here. With a color, hue, saturation. This is a new technique that I'm going to be using from now on. Didn't think this would work, but it actually works really well. When I get to the US, I will bring a lot of acai and get rich. Yeah, if you survive the import laws, sure, you'll be mega rich. Surviving those laws, though, is going to be a real hassle for you. I'll tell you that. Now that I'm looking at this, we want to lower that smoothness just a little bit. You know what? This is getting difficult. This is getting a little difficult, but we're almost done, so I'm going to clutch it out. I'm going to clutch the last little bit of this, and then I am donezos. So let's just go ahead and close out the last little bit of this. There we go. That should make that look quite a little bit better. It has a nice cusp. That's perfect. The wall is looking so cool. Well, thank you. Very appreciated. Let's not do that. Let's copy this. And we're going to move it exactly to this one, relatively speaking. I'm not going to be too picky about my measurements, given that we're out of time. Now, these guys, we're going to apply the exact same texture, stonework. And now what you want to do is you want to make sure that their UVs are wrapped correctly. Work is so crazy, but this looks awesome. You're good. Don't you worry about... You don't need to be doing anything for us. We're all just hanging out. Okay, that looks terrible. Apply scale. Let's go ahead and fix that. I guess we'll use a cube project somehow. Sure. Do I like these weird little ridges here? No. But am I going to fix this? No. Is the short answer. What if I smart project? What if I smart project? Somebody tells me that's not going to work. Yeah, it's just sideways. We'll cube project. We'll just go for the cube project and call it a day. Okay, so now we got all that done. So now, last but not least, we're going to do this guy. I'm going to grab stonework. We're going to copy it and call this door frame. And this one is nice and easy. This one is surprisingly easy. We're going to cut you guys, cut you, just down like this. Don't undo that. And then we pop this guy up into base color. And we pop this guy down into here. And we got to check our UVs because we need to make sure that it actually works, which it doesn't. So we're going to use object data instead of UV data. And we do have it working. So now I just need to color it correctly. So I'm going to say value of 0.1 is probably all right. No, 0.5. Let's do 0.3. I think that looks good enough for me. The saturation does not need to be reduced. You know what? I even want it lower than that. 0.2. And that's my door. Done. There's no knockers now that I'm sitting here and thinking about it. So to really quickly fix that, I need to make knockers. I'm over on my time, but honestly, this is a very important thing that this should actually have. So we will go ahead and throw on a steel knocker real quick. Just like that. Push you up into an area that we like. Make sure that it's relatively equal to that. Pull you out. We're going to throw on a bevel. A big, strong bevel. Find yourself a big, strong bevel when you're trying to get married. Your life will be much better. What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Okay, we pop into here. We're going to stretch this guy out. And then we're going to make a little knocker. Just like that. And then we take you and we mirror you across the door. Look at that. Not half bad. Now I need to add a Taurus. It looks great. Maybe even I'll do a little bit less on there. 0.2. Go ahead and rotate it by 90 degrees. Pop you up. Pop you forward. Put you in the hole. We're just going to move that forward just a little bit so it doesn't sit on the little spike there. Make it smaller. Make both of these guys smaller. Okay, that'll do. And now, theoretically, this should mirror correctly. Get me on that door. That looks fine to me. Go back to our nodes. We copy you. And we copy you. And then we grab this, and we go double, and we call it a gold. And I'll make this a really nice gold. A nice, fancy gold knocker. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and set that roughness to 0.2. Maybe even a little bit more than that. 0.3. Throw on a single subdivision so it's round. And we're done. There he is. There's my door. So I did that thing as fast as I could. So if we take a look at the whole scene, everything in all of its work, we have a battering ram with an A-frame that looks a little misaligned. And it is coming up, and it's going to destroy this door. The proportions maybe look a little weird for me, but I'm not displeased with what we've done today. So, yeah, that's been my time. I am going to go take a mental reset. I'm going to enjoy a really nice weekend where I am not going to do jack shit of anything. And I will be back with the regularly scheduled program on Monday. So for everyone that joined, for everyone that hung out, everyone that asked questions, offered water, thank you. It's been a great day. I'm dropping frames right here, right at the end. What can you do? But yeah, this has been it. So I will see you all on Monday. Ciao.